Hi, in this video I will provide a comprehensive demonstration of the DocExport app, showcasing its capabilities through common use case scenarios. You'll learn how to create a board print and automate daily PDF delivery, sign contracts with eSignatures, convert form submissions into clean branded PDFs and send them out using custom email templates, and how to generate quotes and invoices directly from your board's data. With DocExport, you can turn your Monday.com data into beautiful professional documents and automate them to boost your productivity. Let's start by adding it to your board. After installing DocExport PDF Generator via the Monday.com marketplace to your account, you can add DocExport to your boards. Click on Add View, go to Apps, and select DocExport V2. If you can't see it here, click on Explore More Apps and search for DocExport, then select it. Let's dive into the key features and use cases. We'll start with the board print. Think of the board print as a large screenshot of your entire board. With the board print, you can export your board view in tabular format, sorted by your groups, including all data, items, and colors. But you can also group and filter the view to your own needs. So in this example, we want to display all tasks from a current project grouped by status along with the key metrics. For that, we have a board that manages the data for one specific project. You will find all tasks grouped by different project phases, including their status, planned time, effort, and so on. From this board, we want to create a daily status report that is sent to the manager via email every afternoon. And this is where DocExport comes into play. We switch to the DocExport view, and you immediately see a real-time preview of the board print, which is the default view here. Using this drop-down, you can switch between the board print, predefined templates, the item print, and your own saved templates. You are also free to upload a completely new one. For this use case, we can simply use the board print and group it by status. On the left, you can see a live preview of your board print. Specify which columns you want to include in your table. All columns from your Monday.com board will be displayed here. Then you'll find another interesting option, applying a board filter. You can use board filters to narrow down the information you want to be included in your PDFs. To do so, you click on Filter in the header bar of your board view and select and save your filter settings. In this example, the filter is set to only include items where the column Planned Timeline is not empty. When we check on Apply Board Filter, the PDF will only contain these filtered items, as you can see in the preview of your document. And that's already it. As soon as you are happy with your document, you can download it straight away by clicking in the top right corner of the preview. This is, by the way, also where you could customize your template. You can make adjustments by downloading and re-uploading the template again in this view. DocExport creates a docx template in the background on which your document is based. This template puts placeholders in the relevant places where you want to insert data from your boards. Additionally, there are placeholders for tables, charts, colors, and so on. This gives you the freedom to customize your template's design, such as adding logos, headers, footers, or changing the design of the table. We won't go into further detail on customization or creating a docx from scratch in this part, but you can find many explanations on customizing and creating your own templates in our Help Center. Besides downloading the template, you also have the option to define actions and automations. So if you want to send it via email, save it in a file column, or share it in another way, click on Actions and Automations. We want to send the report to the manager. This is why you either are the manager, and thus the user who creates the document, or you put in the email address of the manager right here. If you want, you can also change the name of your template right here. By default, all documents will also be saved in the list of all generated documents. You can now decide whether you want to execute the action just once or use them to set up an automation. We want to add an automation that triggers the creation of a daily report every afternoon at 6 p.m. So to round it up, we will opt for Set up an automation and need to do one more step. Click on Integrate, search for DocExport and select it. You will find different automation recipes. To conclude the example we just started, we opt for the time period integration and we specify that every day at 6 p.m. we want to generate a status report based on the DocExport recipe Daily Status Report. Add the integration to your board and that's it. DocExport will send out your daily project report with all current data every afternoon without you having to do a thing. If you want, you could also use this template as a base and even add charts to your document, all within DocExport. You'll find more detailed explanation on how to add charts in our Help Center. Here are just a few final results of more advanced template designs with charts. In addition to the board print, you'll also find the item print in DocExport. The item print uses the same logic to generate a clean, structured document for individual items. So, simply kickstart your PDF creation by using the item or board print. Your first PDF will be ready to download in just a few clicks or serve as the perfect base for further customization. Let's look into another major feature and integrate it into a real-world use case: eSignatures. The Signatures feature lets you streamline the process of requesting, tracking, and managing eSignatures right from your Monday.com boards. It automates your signature workflows, supports multiple signers and signing orders, and securely stores signed documents. This makes it perfect for use cases like customer contracts, employee onboarding, approval workflows, or lease agreements. DocExport automatically recognizes signature placeholders in your templates. The signed documents are legally binding, non-editable PDFs and include a signature certificate powered by BoldSign. Track the status of your requests using a dedicated signature state column. Signed documents are automatically saved to a file column on your Monday board, and you can add your company's logo and customize the signature portal to match your brand. After signing, signees can be redirected to a custom page. You can also include the exact date the signature was added. And board owners can also revoke signature requests if needed. And you can set expiration dates for each signature request to better manage your timelines. Let's start with the initial setup and authentication. To get started, go to DocExport, click More, and then select Signatures. Now click on Signature Settings. Here you can upload your company logo. This will appear in eSignature emails, in the signing portal, and in the certificate of completion. If you don't upload a logo, the default DocExport logo will be used. Next, you can set how many days a signature request remains valid and define the date format. In the Advanced Settings field, you can also customize the sender name that will appear in emails and add a redirect URL that will show after signing. If you want, you can even define colors for your email so it matches your brand and add a disclaimer. Lastly, you are free to decide how you want to combine and save the different documents. If you're ready, click Save. In the second step, we will set up a sender identity. This is the email address the eSignature request will appear to come from. We click on Sender Identities and select Create New Sender Identity. Then enter a name and an email address. And define the notification settings. Finally, click Save. Then check your inbox. To confirm the sender identity, you should receive an email from our eSignature provider, BoldSign, allowing Tower Apps, the company behind DocExport, to send eSignature requests on your behalf. Click on Approve Request and Approve again on the website. Now, go back to the Monday.com tab in your browser and click on I confirmed the email address. Then click the back button to return to settings. To make it easy, we now generate a starter template. We click on Generate Template and choose how many signers you need to include. Then click on Generate Template to download a docx file. Now open the file and make it your own. You can change and add information, add your logo, use your company's font, and so on. In your templates, you can use standard placeholders like item name or item status to pull data from your Monday.com boards. For signatures specifically, use signature 1 for the signature itself, signature name for the signer's name, and signature date for the date of signing. For a second signer, add signature 2, signature name 2, and signature date 2 to your document. For a third signer, just continue the same pattern. There's one tip. Use a large font size for signature 1 so the image of the signature isn't too small on the final document. Also consider enlarging the signature date placeholder slightly. Here's an example of how it could look. If you need more help customizing it, please check out our Help Center. Now that we have prepared the template, let's set up the workflow in 3 easy steps. Step 1. We upload the template and match the signers. We open the DocExport board view and click on the Upload icon. Upload your customized template here. You can now match the signers on the right side. Select a name column and select an email column. You can also choose a people column so that the email address will be pulled automatically from the Monday.com user. Click on the arrow icon to add a message for the specific signer. For example, please sign as discussed. Or add a custom message for all. This message will show up in the email the signers will receive. If you check Signing Order, the second signer will only receive the email as soon as the first signer has signed. If you leave it unchecked, both signers will receive the signing email at the same time. In step 2, we will define the actions. We click on Actions Automation and select a file column for the signed PDF. This is where the final PDF will be saved to. Then choose another file column for the audit log PDF. This is optional but recommended. Then there's one more last step to set up the automation to trigger the workflow with just a click or a status change. So, to set up the Monday automation, we click on Integrate in the top right corner, search for DocExport and click on the DocExport logo. Here you can select your preferred automation. In my example, I opt for the status change integration. Fill in everything and save it to your board. Perfect, we're all set up. Now, go back to your board and trigger the automation to generate and send out the contract for signature. In our example, we changed the status to Send Contract. So, what is happening and what do signers see? After triggering the workflow, signers receive an email from BoldSign. Your company logo will be visible here. They click Review and Sign to open the portal. In the BoldSign Signature portal, they see the document preview, your branding, and highlighted signature fields. So they can choose a predefined font, draw their own signature, for example, on a tablet, or upload a scanned image. Once done, they click Finish, and that's it. If there's more than one signer, the second signer will see the document with the first signature already added. After everyone has signed, you will receive a confirmation email with the signed document and an audit log PDF with timestamps attached. Both documents are also automatically saved to your Monday file column, which you defined earlier. And that's how easy it is to manage eSignatures with DocExport. Fast, reliable, secure, and fully integrated into your workflow. Let's take a closer look at form submissions. Form submissions often contain long text fields that are hard to read in Monday.com's board view. With DocExport, you can automatically convert each form submission into a clean, well-formatted PDF, using your own docx template to match your brand. You can generate PDFs manually or automatically with custom recipes triggered by form submissions, thus when an item is created or when a status changes. You can even email the generated PDFs automatically to the requester or any stakeholder using a custom email template. It's perfect for sharing summaries without giving board access. Let me show you how it works. In our example, we're the marketing department receiving and managing marketing requests through a form submission process. Of course, this also works for many other use cases like employee onboarding, event registration, travel requests, vendor applications, and performance feedback. So, first we need to create a template for our use case. You can create your own template from scratch or download our example template from our website. To save some time, that's what I will do. Open the docx template in Microsoft Word and adjust the style. You can add your logo, header, footer, or change the font and size to match your brand. You can also change or add placeholders. For example, if you want to insert content from your target audience column, the placeholder would be item.targetAudience. If you need more detailed instructions on customizing your template or adding more information from your Monday.com board, please visit our Help Center or check out our video on how to work with templates. Once you're happy with your template, upload it as a docx file to DocExport. Go to the DocExport v2 board view, click on Upload Custom Word Template and then Upload New Template. You will instantly see a preview of your PDF. If you want to make further changes, simply repeat the steps and upload another version of your docx file via the Customize Document button right here. Next, let's talk about the email. Usually, the next step would be to automate the PDF creation. But since we want to send the request summary PDF with a custom email template to our requester, we will set that up first. But I will also show you how to create custom email templates on the fly when adding actions and automations later. To create a custom email template, click on More, go to Email Templates and select Add Email Template. Define the name of your email template by clicking on the name field. Customize your email template by entering a custom subject line and defining the email body. You can use the text editor and create your HTML template from scratch, or directly copy your HTML code into the email body field by switching to the code view. You can also use placeholders in your custom email templates, for example, if you want to output the name of the document that is attached to the email. Now that both the docx template and the custom email template are ready, you can define actions. Go back to the DocExport Start view, select your template and click on Actions Automations. Here you can define what should happen with your document after it's created. In this example, we want to save it to a file column called PDF Brief, send an email with the PDF attached to the email address in the Requester email column, using the custom email template Custom Marketing Email Template. As you can see here, you are also able to create a new custom email template right on the fly and skip the step in the settings if you want to. But if you want to change, edit, or delete something, you always need to go back to the settings. And the final action is to give it a custom file name. You can also use placeholders in the file name. I'll go for marketing request from today from item.contact. Finally, let's automate the process. So these actions happen automatically as soon as we receive a new request. Click on Integrate in the top right corner of your board and search for DocExport. Don't worry if it doesn't appear straight away. It may take a few seconds to load, especially if you're loading it for the first time. We want to trigger the automation for each new form submission, so we select when an item is created, create document using DocExport recipe. and we select the recipe we just saved. And that's it. Let's give it a try by going back to the form and submitting a test request. As you can see, by submitting the form, the marketing request summary PDF is generated and saved in the file column. At the same time, our requester also received an email with our custom email template and the PDF attached. And that's how easy it is to convert form submissions into branded PDFs using DocExport. Let's take another look at our last use case, quotes and invoices. At some point, every business needs to send quotes, proposals, or invoices to clients. In this use case video, we'll show you how easy it is to automate this process using DocExport for Monday.com and how to make it match your corporate identity with your own DocX template. With DocExport, you can create quotes and invoices manually, one by one, or completely on autopilot, with pre-made recipes triggered by status changes or other actions. You can even have the generated PDFs emailed automatically to your customers using a custom email template. Let's take a look at our boards. In our example, we are an office furniture company using 3 boards to represent our workflow. One that manages our customers' data, a second with products and services, and the main board is the quotes and invoices board where all information comes together. Here, all products and services can be added via sub-items. This setup makes it easy for us to use the predefined quotes and invoices template in DocExport. Let's dive into it. Go to the DocExport view in your board, and you should now see the start screen of the DocExport app. Click on the drop-down menu to select the starter template for quotes and invoices. This is a built-in predefined template. If you want, you can also create a template from scratch or modify your existing business documents. But using the starter template will make the whole process a lot easier, and I will show you why. The quotes and invoices template enables you to directly map the columns of your board to the placeholders in the template builder. So, the next step is to click on the drop-down menu and select the matching values. As you can see, some columns are mandatory and should be presented in your board. As soon as you have matched all columns, a real-time PDF preview will be generated. And with that, you've basically already created your document. But, of course, it doesn't look like your brand yet. But using the predefined template provides you with the perfect basis for all your customizations. So, the next step is to customize the template to your needs. We click on Customize Template in the top right corner and then on Download Template to your computer. Open the DocX template in Microsoft Word or Google Docs to change the style of the document by adding your logo, header, footer, or changing the font and font size. For quotes and invoices, it makes sense to add the company logo and customize the footer. You may also want to color the table in your brand colors. You are completely free to use all the functions that Microsoft Word offers. Please visit our Help Center for more detailed instructions on customizing your template or adding more information from your Monday.com board by using placeholders. As soon as you're happy with your template, upload it as a docx file to DocExport to instantly view the updated version. Click on Customize Template in the top right corner of your document and upload the new template here. If you want to make further changes, simply repeat the steps and upload another version of your docx file until you are happy with your result. Usually, the next step would be to automate the PDF creation. However, as we want to send the quote with a custom email template to our customers, we will create this first. This step is optional. All documents can also be emailed using the default email template. And please note that custom email templates are included in our professional plan or any higher plan. To create a custom email template, we click on More and go to Email Templates. Then select Add Email Template. Define the name of your email template by clicking on the name field. Now you can write a custom subject line and a body. and optionally also insert placeholders like name of document to output the name of the document that is attached to the email. You can use the text editor or switch to the code view to add your own HTML. If you are ready, click on Save. Now that the docx template and the custom email template are ready, you can define actions. Go back to the DocExport Start view, select your template and click on Actions Automations. Here you can define what should happen with your document after creating it. In this example, we want to save it to a file column, send an email with the PDF attached to the email address in the Customer Email column by using the custom email template quote email. As you can see, you are also able to create a new custom email template right on the fly and skip the step in the settings if you want to. But if you want to change or delete something, you always have to go back to the settings. In the last step, I give it a custom file name. I go for quote item.customer for the customer name from item.date for the date that the quote is generated. Finally, we want the actions above to be triggered when changing a status column to quote sent. So we go for Setup Automation. We click on Integrate in the top right corner of your board and search for DocExport. Don't worry if it doesn't appear straight away. It might take a few seconds to pop up, especially if you're loading it for the first time. We want to trigger the automation manually with a status change in the board, and therefore select when status changes to something, create document using DocExport template. Fill in all the parameters and save it. And that's it. Let's give it a try by going back to the board and changing the status to quote sent. The quote PDF is generated and saved in the file column. At the same time, our customer also received an email with our custom email template and the PDF attached. And that's how you can easily create, customize, and automate quotes and invoices in Monday.com with DocExport. These were just a few use cases and workflows, giving you a glimpse into what's possible with DocExport. On our website, you can find more use cases, templates, and an overview of supported features. No matter the document, no matter the use case, with DocExport you can create, customize, and automate professional PDFs all directly from your Monday.com boards.